Hey, it's Jamie. I just kind of wanted to show you a few eyeshadow routines that I'm really loving lately. So quickly, I'm just gonna speed through primer, foundation, face makeup. So to start, I'm gonna use a little bit of my Farsali. And then, because I'm high maintenance, I'm gonna use a little bit of my Milk. And then, of course, Tarte for pores. I've been wanting to try my new Tati sponge with the primer. So I'm going to take the little heart and dab it in. And she said, just press. Actually feels really great. Now foundation, I'm going to take a little bit of my Wet n Wild Photo Focus in the color Buff Bisque. It's not an exact match for me, but I kind of just roll with it. And I kind of just put it everywhere. I'm going to take a little bit of my L'Oreal Infallible, and this is in color 445, which I don't know the name of, sorry. Then I'm going to take my Tati, a little bit in there, which I have on an acrylic. Now for concealer, I'm going to use mostly Tarte in Fairlight Natural. And I'm going to use a little bit of Morphe, which is the exact same color as my foundation, 2.25. So I'm going to... Okay, so quickly I skipped a few steps. I blended my concealer, I used some powder, I used the Milani Fit Me and the CoverGirl banana powder. I did banana powder under my eyes, the Fit Me everywhere else. I did some cream contour today, and I used the Smashbox cream contour sticks, which are phenomenal. Another recommendation by Tati. I use the color contour, and I use the highlight. I do the highlight down my nose, the contour just on the sides, just for a simple contour. Then I did bronzer. Today I used Hoola bronzer. Today's Hoola bronzer, and blush I used the Honest Cream blush, and then I used the NARS in this big thing I have. Hold on. In this thing I used the NARS hot pink shade, which is Power Play. And then I just blended all those together on the cheekbones, and that's basically where I am. So now I'm going to do brows, and then I will be back and we will play with eyeshadow. Actually, first, let's do some highlighter. I'm going to use the Becca Champagne Pop. I will do that on camera. Just going to take a little with my M510. Again, Manny MUA recommendation in his brush collection. His favorites with Morphe. I just do down the cheeks and a little on the sides. Down the cheeks. Ooh, look at that pop. Up the sides. Little on the tip. Little on the top. Little bit on my chin. Little bit on my forehead. And that's it. I'm just doing a simple highlight today. Nothing crazy. I can normally go over the top, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to do brows, and then I'll be back and we'll play with a couple of eyeshadows. Okay. Now for the eyes portion. Threw on my face makeup. I have a base, my foundation, concealer, powder, blush, highlight, bronzer. Now for the most important part, I'm going to go in with blood sugar today. Now this palette for some can definitely be tricky because it has pinks, purples, reds, it gets a little crazy. But I'm going to do a neutral look with it, and hopefully it will not scare you when you use the blood sugar. So first I'm going to go in with a bigger brush. I'm going to go in with a Morphe M533, and I'm going to go in with the color Cake Mix. Now I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to go in my crease. Now, because I have semi-hooded eyes, whatever, I go above my crease. And I blend into where I put my nose contour. Now, I did a whole face of makeup, nose contour, highlight. I can definitely do that on camera if you guys like what you see. And then I've been recently doing this where I like flick out a little bit. So I'll just, at the end, just flick out a little bit. And I will fix that more towards the end. Same thing, back and forth. And I did put concealer on my lids, a little Shape Tape. Back and forth, back and forth. And now sometimes I use my Urban Decay All Nighter because it is much lighter. And I feel that gives you like a good light, bright base for any eyeshadow. But I wasn't thinking, and I just used Shape Tape. So Cake Mix, done. Now I'm going to go in with a smaller brush like this, the M433. And I'm going to go in with the color Ouch. And now I'm just going to get actually in my crease and down the outer V. So in and down and in my crease. So I'm going to pat down on there and get it in my crease. And just blend and blend and blend. Same thing on the other side. Outer third, blend and blend. I like to deepen my actual crease so it makes my eyes look, you know, bam. And I watch so many YouTube videos all day long because I love learning new makeup techniques. Like I said, I'm totally self-taught from YouTube, and I've really just gotten into makeup the past, I would say, 6 months, and my collection grew and grew and grew to the point where everyone's like, stop buying makeup, and I'm like, no, I can't. I love it too much. So we went in with Cake Mix and Ouch. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a small pencil brush like this one, and we're gonna go with Ouch again, and we're gonna go on the middle, the inner corner, not the inner corner, the inner eyelid. And we're just going to build it up from the lower lash line and go up. Up from the lash line and just go up into our corner. We're going to make kind of like a halo eye. I think that looks best on me, and I've been really into it lately. So we have Ouch on the outer and Ouch on the inner. This Jeffree Star palette, I really love. It's my only palette I have from him, but I really wanted the Thirsty one, but I'm too late for that. The one I really think I love is the Androgyny one, so I think I might get that one. But I heard he's coming out with something new, so I might just wait. We're going to do the same thing to the other side, get the inner corner. And then we're going to go back in with our very first brush, the M533, and we're going to take a tiniest bit of Cake Mix, and we're just going to blend in the crease just a couple of times just so everything's seamless. Then I'm going to take a flat brush. I happen to have a Wet n Wild brush, and I'm going to get, you can use MAC Fix Plus, you can use anything. I'm using the Wet n Wild Natural Finish. I'm just going to spray my brush as I spray my drink, and I'm going to go into, and I ate a little bit of it, and I'm going to go into Donor, and I'm going to really coat the brush, and I'm going to pat all along the center of the lid. This is a very creamy, very easy to build color. And then we're going to go back on the sides and just blend, go a little bit over and in. We're just going to blend everything in like that. Other eye. And this is just about done. We just have the lower lash line. And then I'm not going to do really much. I'll do a little bit of eyeliner, but I'm going to actually use shadow. And I'm not going to do lashes and mascara because I'm actually going to wash this off and do another look. And then at the end of that, I'll do lashes and mascara. Because I wanted to give you guys a couple of looks, because I'm sure this week I'm not going to be filming many videos. Because like I said, I'm a teacher and I'm busy, unfortunately. So that's the look. We used 4 shadows. Now we're going to go in. First, we're going to go in with like a very tight, you can either use like a smudger brush, this is from e.l.f., or this kind of brush, this is from Sephora from like 10 years ago. And I'm gonna go in with Ouch. I'm gonna actually use this brush. Go in with Ouch, and I'm just gonna tight line about half my eye, like that. And it could be sloppy, it doesn't matter, because now we're going to go in with I'm gonna go in with a totally different brush. I don't feel like cleaning my brushes. This is just an e.l.f. blending eye brush. I'm gonna go into Cake Mix. And I'm just gonna blend the whole lower lash line. Back and forth, back and forth. And you wanna make sure it meets the corner like that. And since our corner is going out a little bit, you wanna just go up like that. Other side. And now I would do like a super cute fluffy lash. I'm into the fluffy lash. Probably like I would actually probably do like this, like a Nika Drama Lacy, or I have a couple of Morphe lashes that I really like. The corset, I'd probably do this actually, because it's like a little fancy. Okay, and now we are going to go in with some setting spray. And like I said, oh, actually, sorry, I forgot. I wanted to do a liner. Let me find my brush. So this is a Morphe M165. Sorry, it's late and I'm like all over the place. I promise it won't be like this every time. Morphe M165. And now I'm going to take the darkest color in here, which was intravenous, which we used. I'm just gonna go coat it up. And on the very top, I'm gonna push just right between my lashes and my eyelid, like right where you would apply false lashes. And you could use black. I'm choosing to use brown just because I feel like it goes a little better, but with lashes, black would probably look better. When you get to the inner corner, be careful, and see how that just kind of like framed the eye a little bit. It just made it look a little bit cleaner and better. Now we're gonna go like this. We're gonna tight, just press. No rubbing, just press. You can also do a wing with like a brown liner. I'm not that great at wings, so I'm not gonna do a wing. And this is basically the look. And now with this look, I would go in with, definitely, you can go the pink route, you can go the brown route. I think I'm gonna go the brown route, and I'm gonna use this e.l.f. Nabella Noir collaboration. Sorry, like I said, it's late. And I'm just gonna line my lips. I don't always line my lips. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's a really pretty nude brown. I overlined a little, clearly. Not perfect, like I said. Not claiming to be. And I'm actually going to take the Kim K and Mario collaboration. He's a Mixer lipstick. This is a great lipstick. It's matte. I got it when it first came out. Honestly, you can find a dupe in the drugstore. I don't think it's worth, I think it was 20 bucks, but I like it. So I would do this kind of lip with it. And now I'm going to wash just the eyes and lips off, and I'm going to do a look with this palette, the Honey from Colourpop. So I shall be right back. Okay. When I was washing off my eyeshadow and my lips, I realized that I forgot to do a brow bone highlight, and an inner corner highlight. I will not forget that this time, I promise. I already did my brow bone highlight for this next look with the Becca Champagne Pop, and I primed my lids, and I re-primed my lids, and I used my all-nighter because it's much lighter than the shadow primers I have, which is the Too Faced eye primer, and I find when you use a lighter primer, your shadows tend to pop a little bit more. So I'm gonna use now the Aha Honey palette, and I really love this palette. I want to use it more than I do, but I think I'm just gonna have to play with it a little more, and the more I play with it, the more I want to use it. So this palette doesn't really have a transition color. Both the browns in these, Stinger and Totally Buggin', are a little bit yellow to begin with. Now, normally that's fine, and I think it would totally work, but I'm just going to take a little of my Hoola bronzer as a transition shade, and I'm going to go in with my M535, and I'm just going to lay down a little bit also to set the eyeshadow primer, the concealer, just a little bit. And now notice I hold the brush very far back. It's so I don't put a lot of pressure where I am. The closer you hold it, the more rigid and hard your eyeshadow will look, and you don't want that. You want it to look nice and blended out and blown out and like, whew. So, okay. So now I have a little bit of a transition shade on, and now I'm going to go in with Aha Honey. I'm going to start with, I have a few looks in mind. I can't make up my mind, but maybe I'll do one look on this side, one look on this side. Let's start with this. I'm going to start mixing Stinger and Sweet Spot on one eye, and we'll see where it gets us. Now, these yellows are great, and all Colourpop shadows are very pigmented, but sometimes it takes you a few layers to really see what's going on. Just back and forth. Sometimes I don't like knock my brush off as much because I want as much shadow as possible. Just back and forth, back and forth. I'm gonna go a little bit lower, but on the top I'm gonna blend into my nose contour, not down in, so it looks wide. I'm going out to my nose contour, and I'm flicking out a little here, so I'm getting a little wide. So I do have, see, you can see the yellow, it's a little bright. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. And when you blend this, I went very low with my eyebrow highlight, so when I blend this now, it's gonna blend the eyebrow highlight, the brow bone highlight, and it's gonna make it not look as intense as I had initially put it down. So back and forth into the nose contour and out a little bit. Back and forth, back and forth. You could do little circles. I do a little bit of everything, whatever I feel I want to do. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Totally Buggin', which is down here, which is a little darker of a color. And I'm going to go in with the, I'm actually gonna shockingly not use a Morphe brush. I'm going to go in with a Wet n Wild, and this is just a crease brush, I think it's called. They're like $1 on Amazon. Totally worth it, get it. Okay, and I'm just gonna go in my actual crease, just to deepen it up and maybe make it a little popped. Just in my actual crease, I'm going. Now I can't decide if I want to do this look all matte or add a little sparkle. So I think one eye I'm going to do matte and one eye I'm going to do sparkle. And you can decide which one works for you, which one you like better, which one you want to recreate, follow along with, whatever you would like to do. I'm just happy to be playing with makeup, honestly. It's like my zen time. It's what I love, my me time. Like I said in my other video, I wake up an extra hour and a half earlier in the morning just to have a little bit of me time playing with makeup before I go to work. It's just, I'm crazy, I know, but I love it. Okay, so I am now going to go in with a flatter brush. I'm going to go in with the M433, the Morphe. I'm going to go into Buzzkill. And I'm just going to go on the outer V, a little in the crease, and then down on the side. See, just darkened it a little bit. And now for the all matte look, I'm going to take, now you can cut out your crease if you want. I am not a huge fan of that. You know what, actually, I'm gonna do it real quick. I don't usually do this. This is the one thing I do not do in the morning because I don't really have time for this, but I'm gonna do it right now. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my Tarte, and I'm just gonna go on the inner corner up to where that brown is that I put. And normally a trick is you look up and that'll tell you exactly, see, it went all the way up here, and that'll tell you exactly where to go. And don't get on your eyelash like I did. That'll tell you exactly where to go with your color, how high to go with your concealer. So I would do about that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with, I'm going to go in with a flat brush, and I'm going to go in with Sweet Spot because this is going to be the all matte eye. And I'm just going to pat. Sorry I'm making that crazy face. It's just, I can't help it. It's like the face that you make when you're patting on eyeshadow. And this is just a flat Wet n Wild conceal, I think it's a flat eyeshadow brush actually from Wet n Wild. I'm telling you that the eye brushes on Amazon are like 50 cents and $1, and they're good brushes. I highly recommend that. So see how that got bright and yellow? And now it is a little sloppy. So now we're gonna go in with our Wet n Wild brush and Buzzkill, and we're just going to clean that up in our crease, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You can really do any of the colors because they all blended together. At this point, you can do any color you want in that crease. And now, since Buzzkill is also on our outside, I'm going to go back in with the Morphe M433 Buzzkill. And I'm just going to pat it and really just make those edges blended between the brown and the yellow. Okay. Now I'm going to take our little Sephora brush. You could really use any brush. I'm going to go in with Buzzkill. And I'm going to go under, close to the lash line. And now I'm going to take just this e.l.f. brush, the blending eye brush, and I'm going to go in with Oh Behave and a dot of Sweet Spot. And I'm just going to blend from inner to outer, inner to outer. And I'm going to go up a little, inner to outer. And that is our matte eye. And now for this eye, I am going to take this flat brush, M433. This is our glitter eye. And I'm going to go into Buzzkill. And I'm just going to do the same on the outer corner. Just darken it up. And if you find that this isn't working, you can take a pencil brush. Where's my pencil brush? And just do it like this. Sometimes I find this works a little bit better. It's a little bit more precise on the outer. And then you just blend it a little. And don't worry about being messy right now because we're going to clean it up. And we're going to do the inside. And then you're going to take your brush. You're going to go into Totally Buggin'. I know we're mixing up all the colors now. And you're just going to dab a little in the crease just to blend it out. Now, I'm going to probably use I'm going to try a brush. And if that doesn't work, I'll use my finger. I'm going to get, where's my brush? This. The Wet n Wild. This is considered the small concealer brush, I believe. And I'm going to go into Dandy right here, and a little bit of Queen Bee. I'm going to do both. And I'm just going to pat on the center where we don't have shadow. And if you get over like I did, it's fine. Okay, now we're going to go back in with our M433 into Buzzkill. And we're just going to blend the outer and blend the inner and just blend up there. See how pretty that looks? And now for the finale, we're going to take Palooza, which is the pressed glitter. Now I find it works great and you do have fallout, but you just have to be very careful. So just press your finger in there, use your finger, and you're going to go just in the middle. Now it says not safe for right near the eye, so be careful. I'm putting it near my eye, but oh well. I'm going to go back in with this Wet n Wild brush with nothing on it, and I'm just going to blend. I'm just going to go back and forth in the crease so there's nothing crazy going on. If glitter gets in your crease, totally fine. I think it looks good. I think it goes with the look. And now we are going to take our pencil brush, go in with Sunset now, and we're going to do our inner corner. And we're also going to do that for our inner corner of the other eye. Just a little bit, just to make it pop. And then for this side, since it's so glittery, I'm going to just take some Stinger and blend underneath. Inner to outer, inner to outer. And that's it. So we have one super glittery eye and one matte eye, which I think they both really look great. I'll give you an up-close view. Mind you, it's late and I did a quick job, but I think they both came out really well. And this should show you that using the Honey palette, the yellows, you could do the same thing with, I know they have every color, reds, greens, peaches. I really want to get the peach one. Purples, pinks, anything you do, if you just start slow and just use a little bit, it'll go great. So now for a lip to finish this off. For brown, I was thinking not pink. I'm going to do brown, and you know what, I'm not even going to line because like I said, I don't love to line my lips. I'm going with Huda Beauty Crush, one of my faves. What I usually do is I'll pat a little bit. Now, usually I love this color, but I think since the eyes are so bright, I want to tone it down a little. This is my trick I showed in my other video. Jeffree Star, I'm Nude. Take it and put in the middle. And then just take your lip. Not the one with glitter like I just did. And just blend it. And there you go. So I just want to thank you all for watching. Oh, actually, my bad. We're not done yet. I am going to keep going. Normally I would stop, but I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to get a dark brown color. Any dark brown will do. I'm going to get my Morphe palette with the dark brown in it. You could even use black. And I'm just going to get a very dark brown. And I'm just going to push it in. Like we did before with the Jeffree Star palette. Just because a wing liner would not look great with this, it's a little too much. It would be too much for me. You feel free to do a wing liner. Feel free to do whatever kind of liner you want, really. For me personally, I think I would do the matte eye because I think it's a little bit classier for yellow for work and stuff. That's just me. You know, I work in a preschool, so I don't want to go crazy. And now on my inner waterline, I am going to go with Tarte Fake Awake. You could go with Tarte Fake Awake, or I also have the Colourpop White, which I also love. But since we're doing a brown lip, I think a nude. And there we go for that. And now I'm going to throw on mascara, lashes, and I'll be back for my final thoughts. Okay, now I finished off this look. I actually ended up putting a little tiny wing. I don't know if you could see, because I got these new things from Amazon because I can't do a wing to save my life. They're called Eye Method Beauty, and they look like this. It has a left one and a right one, and it has a very skinny point, which I don't love. I've actually been using this, the Ojos Perfectos liquid eyeliner from Araceli, which I got in my, did I get it either in the Ipsy box or the Birch box? I can't remember. So I used that with the stamp that looks like this. Just a little wing. And you just press it and then you just fill in the rest. So it's pretty simple. So normally I wouldn't do that, but I just felt like it because I'm playing right now and it's late and I'm half delirious. So, and I popped on a really, probably one of my craziest lashes. Probably definitely not a day lash. They're from Morphe, and they are the Go On and Fake It lash. And I also have from Morphe the chummy lashes, and the last time I would use them and I took the glue off, I ended up breaking them. So I'm super upset about that because the chummy lashes were my favorite. So that's about it. Again, I'm Jamie. I love doing makeup. I love doing this. I literally really do it for myself just to have fun, but I love that anyone watches and comments and follows. So please like and subscribe. I'm going to leave my socials down in the description box. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.